Good morning. So today we are going to start with the Saribram. As I told you, Saribram. Am I audible? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you see this one, this is Saribram. Cerebrum is the large brain. The cerebrum consists of two cerebral hemisphere. If you see the cerebrum, this cerebrum is like this with a two clawed fist. If you see, its shape is like this. This is the shape of cerebrum. So it has got two cerebral hemisphere, right and left cerebral hemisphere. They are separated by a midline fissure. This is known as longitudinal fissure. So right and left cerebral hemisphere are separated by the longitudinal fissure, and these two cerebral are connected by corpus callosum. Only communication between the two cerebral hemisphere is by a white matter, that is corpus callosum. So when you see the cerebrum, it has got anterior pole, posterior pole and inferior pole. Three poles are there. And the surfaces, if you see, it has got this surface, what you see, this is spirolateral surface. This is spirolateral surface. So when you see the cerebrum, it the seen here spirolateral surface. Once we'll cut, I'll show you the medial surface and inferior surface. So three surfaces are there: spirolateral surface, medial surface and inferior surface. You see, once again, this is spirolateral surface, this is anterior pole of cerebrum, this is posterior pole of cerebrum, and this is inferior pole of cerebrum. Anterior pole is formed by the frontal lobe, posterior pole is formed by the occipital lobe, and inferior or temporal pole is formed by the temporal lobe. Now, when you see the cerebrum, it is having depression and elevation. On its surface, you can make out lot of depression and elevation. These are known as gyri and sulci. So the depression over the cerebral surface, these are the gyri, sulci. Depression means sulcus, the depression. And between these two depression, the elevated region is known as gyri. Okay, gyrus. Singular is gyrus and plural is gyri. So you have so many gyri and sulci on the surface of cerebrum. But first we are going to see on spirolateral surface what are important sulci and gyri of cerebrum. So if you see here, this is the central sulcus. If you can make out the central sulcus, this is the central sulcus. Okay, this is the central sulcus. Central sulcus. The central sulcus is the only sulcus which begin from the medial surface and end on the posterior ramus of lateral sulcus. It is almost in the center. So this is the central sulcus. Now on this sulcus, if you see this one, this is sulcus of Sylvian. This is sulcus of Sylvian. It has anterior ramus, ramus is branch, ascending ramus and posterior ramus. This is the posterior ramus of Sylvian sulcus. This one is the sulcus of Sylvian or Sylvian sulcus. And third is parieto-occipital sulcus. This one is the parieto-occipital. So you have to identify practically also in the dissection all three sulci. Those are very easy to identify. In the center you have central sulcus. Then the separation between frontal lobe and temporal lobe is the sulcus of Sylvian and parieto-occipital sulcus. So once you can identify these three sulci, you can divide the brain into frontal lobe in front of central sulcus. Behind the central sulcus, you have parietal lobe, and behind the parieto-occipital sulcus, you have occipital lobe. Below the sulcus of Sylvian, you have temporal lobe. So four lobes of brain are there. Now it is very easy to understand once you understand the central sulcus. In front of that you have pre-central sulcus. Behind you have post-central sulcus. You have superior and inferior temporal sulci, superior temporal sulcus, inferior temporal sulcus. Then you can see now this is inferior surface. Inferior surface is further divided into orbital surface anteriorly and occipital surface posteriorly. When you see the orbital surface, here you have, see, this is olfactory sulcus. In orbital surface, there lies olfactory nerve in a sulcus, and this sulcus is olfactory sulcus. Lateral to olfactory sulcus, you have H-shaped sulcus. If you can make out, this is H-shaped sulcus. This H-shaped sulcus on orbital surface, okay, this is H-shaped sulcus. Now, these are the various gyri and sulci of the brain, and due to these gyri and sulci, you can divide the brain into four lobes. Okay, four lobes are there, which are frontal lobe, with different color you can make out, parietal, occipital, and temporal. So, between the parieto-occipital sulcus and central sulcus, you have parietal lobe. Behind the parieto-occipital sulcus, you have occipital lobe. In front of central sulcus is the frontal lobe. Below the sylvian sulcus, you have temporal lobe. So these are various gyri and sulci. Now you see, this is the, if you can make out superior frontal sulcus, gyrus, middle frontal gyrus, inferior frontal gyrus, superior temporal gyrus, middle temporal gyrus, inferior temporal gyrus. So these are various gyri and sulci of brain. Now this is medial surface of brain. This is the medial surface. On the medial surface, you have Y-shaped sulcus, this Y shape within the occipital lobe. This is known as calcarine sulcus. Y-shaped sulcus is calcarine sulcus. This is corpus callosum. And above the corpus callosum, you have callosal sulcus. This is callosal sulcus. So these are, once again, callosal sulcus, calcarine sulcus. So on medial surface of the cerebrum, you can make out corpus callosum, you can make out lateral ventricle, third ventricle, fourth ventricle. These details we will see in the later lectures. This is cerebellum. Now we will see the white matter and gray matter of cerebrum. This is a section, coronal section of cerebrum. This is the brain, and if you cut a coronal section of cerebrum, outer side you have darker area. This is the gray matter. Inside you have white area, that is the white matter. So within the cerebrum we have gray matter and white matter. The gray matter consists of neuron cell bodies, and white matter consists of collection of axon and nerve fiber. So in the cerebrum you have outer thin layer of gray matter, and inside you have white matter. Within the white matter, again there are aggregation of these, aggregation of neuron cell body within the white matter also. They are known as nuclei. So within the white matter, again there is collection of neuron cell body. They are known as nuclei. You see again, this is the gray matter, thin layer of gray matter in the cerebral cortex, outer. This is the white matter. This is brainstem, cerebrum, cerebellum. This is midbrain, pons, and medulla. Now, if you see the gray matter and white matter, I told you, this is the gray matter, the darker one. Gray matter, again within the white matter, you have aggregation of the neuron cell body, which are the thalamus, that is a nucleus, thalamus, hypothalamus, putamen, globus pallidus. We'll study all that also name. So this darker is gray matter and this white is white matter. So in today's lecture, you should know in all our CNS, you have white matter and gray matter. The white matter is collection of axons, the collection of nerve fiber, and gray matter is collection of neuron cell bodies. Now first we are going to see what is white matter in cerebrum. The white matter of cerebrum is in the form of three fiber: association fiber, commissural fiber, and projection fiber. So three type of fibers are there in the white matter of cerebrum. First we are going to see association fiber, then projection fiber, then commissural fiber. So first we are going to see association fiber. Association fiber are the part of white matter. They connect the various areas or various parts of cerebrum. They associate the various part of cerebrum. That's why we called it association fiber. The association fiber are of two types. Short association fiber, you can make out this one, and long association fiber, you can make out this one. The short association fiber are those fiber which connect two nearby areas. Two nearby areas of same cerebral hemisphere are connected by short association fiber. For example, pre-central gyrus and post-central gyrus are connected by short association fiber. Then long association fiber which connect two distant area, two far area. For example, frontal lobe, visual area is connected with occipital lobe or temporal lobe by long association fiber. The superior longitudinal fasciculus which connect the frontal lobe to the occipital lobe. So these are long association fiber. So two type of association fiber are there, short association fiber and long association fiber. Now after that we have this projection fiber, projected, the fiber which are projected. Okay, so the projection fiber, a short note can be asked in internal capsule. During examination, internal capsule can be asked. So projection fiber are those fiber which connect the various area of cerebrum to the brain stem. Okay, so in that first we are going to see internal capsule. Internal capsule is a type of projection fiber. It's a V-shaped aggregation of fiber. You can make out. It's V-shaped aggregation of fiber from the cortex of brain to the brainstem. The concavity of V is related with the lentiform nucleus, and the convexity of V is related caudate nucleus anteriorly and thalamus posteriorly. This V-shaped collection of internal capsule fiber, they have anterior lobe. You can make out anterior lobe, posterior lobe, genu. This is the genu. Genu means bend. What genu means turn or bend. Then you have retrolentiform part. See, this is the retrolentiform part of internal capsule. Retrolentiform part and sublentiform. This is sublentiform part. Now, anterior limb of internal capsule, it has fiber from the frontal lobe to the brainstem. The genu is the band. It has fiber of frontal lobe and parietal lobe. Then posterior lobe contains the fiber of parietal lobe and occipital lobe. The retrolentiform part and sublentiform part. The retrolentiform part, they contain the fiber of visual pathway related with lateral geniculate body, and the sublentiform part, they contain fiber of medial geniculate body related with auditory pathway. So these are the fiber. All these are short note question. So internal capsule is a short note question. It's a type of projection fiber. It's V-shaped aggregation of the fiber. It lies between the lentiform nucleus laterally, caudate nucleus and thalamus medially. So this is the internal capsule. Now see. Now next we are going to see corpus callosum.